Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Goblin Slayer TRPG. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this role-playing game based on the popular fantasy series, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about spells. Spells fall into one of 4 different spell systems: words of true power, which alter the world's rules using words that possess real power; miracles, used by praying to the gods to gain divine power; ancestral dragon arts, used by worshipping ancestors and borrowing their power; and spirit arts, used by communing with the spirits that reside all throughout the natural world and seeking their aid. Sorcerers can use words of true power, priests can use miracles, dragon priests can use ancestral dragon arts, and shamans can use spirit arts. In the spells section of this book, you will find the name of different spells, their attributes, their summary, outlining the spell's effect, the difficulty, which is the final score on the spell check required to cast the spell. If the total check score is less than this difficulty, the spell isn't cast and it has no effect. And you also have a description of the effect, including range, area, duration, or target. When it comes to types and attributes, you have 6 broad types of spells, based on their effects and function. You have attack spells, imbuement spells, creation spells, control spells, healing spells, and general spells. A spell's attribute describes its effects, what it draws its power from, or what kind of phenomenon it causes. There are 11 attributes: fire, water, earth, wind, light, darkness, life, mind, matter, time, and space. Some spells don't have an attribute. They use pure magical power as a power source. Now, obviously, the caster is the character who uses spells. When an effect specifies the caster as its range or target, the spell's effects first manifest on the caster. After that, the effects of certain spells may spread beyond the caster. The center of the area affected by a spell, or a single point in space, is the center point. For spells that have a center point, the caster can choose any place within range as the center point. After that, the spell affects an area like a sphere with a radius of some number of meters from the center point. Certain spells may use the caster as their center point. This will be described as centered on the caster. And it's pretty simple to understand the concepts of range and area. That is, the range or reach of the spell, the number of meters, the sphere, the circle, the radius of the area. However, if you use a spell that affects an area and you're not sure whether a certain character is included in that area, you roll 2 6-sided dice. If the result is 7 or below, that character is included. You can apply the bonus from lucky to this. Now, when it comes to duration, some spells may last minutes, hours, perhaps days. But when it comes to spell maintenance, the caster must continuously focus their mind in order to maintain the spell's effects, as indicated by the spell. Because of this, the caster must make a spell maintenance check every time it's their turn in combat, or whenever else they need to make one. If they pass this check, the spell's effects persist. If they fail, the effects are lost. And of course, you have details concerning the targets of the spells. Some spells may target a single objective. Some spells may target several objectives at the same time. You also have chants, which are the words to be chanted when using spells, and catalyst. Whether or not you need a catalyst to use the spell, it will either say none or list the necessary items. Sometimes you need a specific catalyst to use a spell. However, if you are using spirit arts with a shaman's bag, or ancestral dragon arts with a dragon priest's catalyst pouch, you automatically possess the minimum required catalysts for the spell. On the other hand, you must purchase high-quality catalysts for the words of true power and miracles that need them, as there is no item like a shaman's bag for words of true power and miracles. Let's talk about some of the spells. You will surely recognize some of them from the light novel, the anime, or the manga. You have Interpreter. The caster understands languages foreign to them. You have Stone Wall. You create a flat stone wall within a certain area. Then we have sleep. You produce a magic fog in an area, and the targets within that area are subject to the sleep effect. And of course you have the Dragon Tooth Warrior spell. The caster, starting on their next turn, can give orders to the newly created Dragon Tooth Warrior, which is basically an undead lizardman. And of course you have another favorite, Protection. It creates a transparent, flat wall, which prevents character movement, weapon-based melee and ranged attacks, and magic attacks that launch through entities such as Fireball or magic missiles. And there are a lot of spells. All of the different effects that you see in the light novel, the manga, the anime, you will find the spell for that here. Or at least I think so. I haven't seen all of the spells in the Goblin Slayer saga, but I'm almost certain they are all here. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about items and gear. Using spells is pretty easy to understand, and I like the variety of utility, attack, defense, healing, protection spells that is presented here. That way, even if you have 2 or 3 spellcasters in the group, they can still specialize in different areas or needs for the party to succeed in a particular adventure. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.